Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today it's going to be a different video because we're gonna be doing a guide slash review for Blingo. Um, uh, I'm only doing this because one of my commenters, I believe his name was called Des. You can see it on my latest video on the comments. He commented, "Did you know that if you tap on someone after your S2, your S1 goes to that person?" And I thought this was a really weird comment because he was confident about it. It wasn't really asking about that, and I've tested it multiple times when Blingo was released, and it never really worked that way. I've tried multiple times. I've tried when he has his S2 available. I tried pressing auto button and then selecting with the red target. It wouldn't do it. Spam clicking wouldn't do it either. But because he said this to me, and he was so confident about it, I had to test it, right? And I did test it, and from 20 attempts, 17 times, his S1 went to the target I selected. So I believe there's something there. I believe there's just a timing you need to learn in order to click, because you'll understand his S3, his S2 is very dynamic, so it makes the targets move a lot, and that makes it really hard to tap on the target you want because it moves around a lot, right? Um, but I guess that just adds some MLG sniping skills, I guess. But today's going to be a review slash guide on Dingo. So, what do I have to say about Dingo? I have to say that his self imprint is really good. It's a crit chance imprint, mostly because his base stats are really bad. If you've never seen Blingo's base stats, he has 800 attack, all right, and then he has like 4,000 HP. The rest of the stats are okay, but these two stats make him so he never gets really tanky, mostly squishy, and his attack is really really low. And to make up for his attack, what you need is you need good gear, but mostly you need to play around with crit damage. Because as you increase his crit damage, because he has high multipliers on his skills, it makes him do a lot of damage even though his attack is low. So now let's go to the stats. These are my Blingo stats. It has a 2,800 attack, 158 speed, and all the other stats you see. The way I run him with another ally with Midnight Bloom, and that increases the crit chance by 16%, plus the self imprint for 14%. If you do the math, it pretty much makes him 97% crit rate, or 98 or whatever. So on his crit rate, he's kind of low, but it's on purpose because I do have other builds for him that I could put better gear on him. But this is the gear I want him because it has a decent amount of crit damage, a decent amount of attack, and if you've seen my videos, I don't want him to have more attack than my Ebel Basar, because then the idle shear that he's carrying wouldn't do too much. But this is a reviewer guide, so if you're building Blingo as a solo unit, how would you play with him? All right. A lot of people do this. A lot of people use the S1 EE and they play him on counter set. And then they use Wondrous Potion Vial. I've seen this build quite a bit, and this is a minor healing slash cleansing build. Yeah, by using this, every time he counters, he gets rid of 2 debuffs from himself and from another ally. So and every time he gets a turn, Wondrous Potion Vial cleanses another one. So his effect in terms of cleansing is pretty strong because he does three debuffs from one counter and from taking one turn, or just taking his turn and doing S1. So it's a pretty effective build for that, and I do think it's kind of fun. But most of the time, you would want to build him like mine's built. You want him on speed set because if he's too slow, he doesn't get his turn often enough, and his turn is very important because his S3 is a protective skill that could be really handy in PvP. In PvE, I would advise, if you have decent stats like mine, if you have a high crit damage, I would advise you to use Daydream Joker. Because in PvE, Daydream Joker allows him to deal a lot of damage because of crit damage. And because he heals from the damage he does, it pretty much power heals your team. I've seen him do like a 16k heal from a defense broken S1 into a boss. So it's pretty crazy, yeah? But the cool thing about Blingo really is the fact that he's a Soul Weaver. Because as a Soul Weaver, he can carry a Soul Weaver artifact. And Soul Weavers have the best CR artifacts and also the best utility artifacts. Like, if for example, this guy is squishy as balls, right? You put Water's Origin on him. Not only does he get boosted when he takes damage, but also makes him slightly tankier, right? Idol's Cheer. Every time he gets hit, people don't really expect him to be, because like people know he's a Soul Weaver, but people don't really treat Blingo as a Soul Weaver. So it kind of catches a lot of people off guard when they see Blingo and they hit him and he gets boosted, right? So that's pretty much the gimmick with him. But these are pretty much the stats you kind of want to aim for. I would try to aim for higher speed, and if you can, higher attack. I can do higher attack, but it doesn't benefit me right now because the way I use him, it's good the way it is. Yeah. So let's move on to the actual testing in Arena to see if it's actually valid. That you can select his S1 from his S2. All right, for people that don't understand what Blingo does, let me see if I. Okay. By the way, we get hit hard. Like every single day, we get super like hard hit like this. So don't bother about my points going down too much because we do get hit quite a bit. All right. Should we take a team here? We can take any of these teams actually. Let's do this team. Maybe it works. Okay, on this team, you would always want Blingo S2 to land on BBK on the second turn, on the second time. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. So, quick overview of Blingo. His S3 casts attack buff and invincibility on himself and on a target. Is this gonna boost Basar? Okay, this boost Basar we cut in. It's fine. This is a clear win. We're fine here. So his S3 casts attack buff and invincibility, and then the soul burn for this S3 is an extra turn and extension of the buffs on himself. All right, and this is really good because Blingo is that unit. This is what made me pretty much fall in love with him at the first sight. Blingo is the only unit where you soul burn his S3 and you get to use every single of his abilities. So if you burn this, you get an extra turn and you extend the caster's buff. Okay, and this means that after you burn with this, you have invincibility for 2 turns, and then you get to cast your S2, which when it crits, it triggers his S1. Right? So that's why you want high crit rate on Blingo. And the cool part is, after he does this, he still gets protected till his next turn because he has invincibility on. All right? And that's the really cool thing about Blingo. If you soul burn with him, he's a really safe nuker. Okay, so let's test out the theory. For me, working 17 times out of 20, it means I'm doing something wrong, those 3 times that it didn't work. Because it's too unlikely to have that work all the time. Because I'm selecting one of 4 units, and it's going there pretty much every time, right? So here we want to go for BBK. And the trick is, you press the ability, and then you click on BBK, and then you keep clicking on BBK when you can. You're going to see the camera's going to shift, but the idea is you press S2, and then you spam click whoever you want to attack. All right, so let's see if that works. It did not work. See, that time it didn't work. So we're gonna keep doing it. But as you can see, big fader. All right. What else to say about Blingo? Because that's the point of this. By the way, guys, I'm not the best at doing guides or reviews. I'm more of a PvP guy, but yeah, I'm gonna try to give you as I see it. Yeah, Blingo is a very useful unit because he's a versatile unit. Yeah, he works really well with high synergy teams that are thought of, but at the same time, he's a DPS healer that has invincibility and attack buff. So his versatility into other teams is pretty high as well because even though you can slap him on a team and he's not benefiting the most. He deals a little bit of damage, he heals, and he protects. So I don't know what else you would want from a damage type healer. And his multipliers are pretty high. That's why he deals so much damage. Let me see another team here. All right, let's try that again. Because as I told you, this is user user error probably, right? Because I'm telling you, like working 17 times out of 20, it's pretty. There's a pretty big pattern there. So that's mostly what I want to say. All right. So this guy is on Siriran, this Bazaar, and let's get our turn with Blingo. Right. On this team, our main target that we would want to kill it's Moonlight Ken, right? Oh, by the way, uh, the way I use my Blingo, I use the exclusive equipment for defense buff with S2. The only reason I use this is because I get to attack Moonlight Kens. Because even if the Moonlight Ken hits for fucking 12k, when you cast yourself the defense buff, it reduces that damage enough so he deals less than 9k HP, which is exactly the same HP my Blingo has. And what ends up happening is he hits me really hard, but because everyone in my team is healthy, he S1s after and full heals himself. So it's like can never countered, right? And this is why you can take him into so many matchups. What can be dangerous though, it's Charles strips, and if they both counterattack, it could be dangerous as well. But let's test this out again. We're gonna go for the Moonlight Ken here. We're gonna press S2 and then we're gonna click on Moonlight Ken. Okay, when he counters, it's a lot easier to do it. Okay, it didn't go to Moonlight Ken. Maybe I gotta do it slower. But as you can see, like it's some nasty damage. Blingo, when well built, is a pretty strong unit. Um, this is okay because even if he counters, it just boosts me and I get to stun both. No, he resisted, but it's fine. We get boosted. But as you can see, he hits for a ton of damage. Yeah, but our Blingo survives because of the defense buff. Uh, he also has a really good exclusive equipment, which is the greater attack buff from S3. And this is great for a cleave type of Blingo, right? But in this team, my Blingo is the cleaver, but his point is to deal a lot of damage that the enemy can't really recover from. So, question, can we kill the Moonlight Ken? I think we can. No, we cannot. But as you can see, when he has attack buff, it's a bit too much. But I think we're fine. Because we just need to invincibility, and then the next turn we kill it. Because that's the cool thing about Blingo and versus Moonlight Ken. As long as the Moonlight Ken is kind of low, you can do tons of things. But for example, this is the good showcase of Blingo. If you burn with Blingo, you get an extra turn, and you get extended buffs, so 2 turns, like there, and you take your turn, and now you can do S2 that will trigger into S1. All right, next one. I really, the thing is, like, this showcase is going horribly wrong, right? Because at this point, I don't even know if it's true. Um, Let me see. But yesterday I did try it 20 times. I did this like I went straight into arena after my commenter said something about this, and I was like, I need to check this out again because maybe they changed something right on his code. Let me see. What team will it take? We'll take the Bassar team. All right. Let's see this. In this scenario, I would want to double tap the maybe the RB. Yeah, maybe the RB. All right. Let's see. All right, and we do our shenanigans here. Buff up, push everyone up, the regular stuff. The thing you might cut in, but this is a good attempt, I guess. All right, when this happens, you know what we do? We turtle up, which is actually because this is a guide. It's kind of worthwhile to tell you what Blingo does. You have two options with Blingo when you're playing into a team. You either protect someone to tank the damage and then do your damage on the next turn, or you do what I've been doing so far, which is doing S2 right away. On this turn, they have skill nullifier, and I need to take it off, so it wouldn't be much worth to use our S2, and we would waste it right away. So what we're going to do is we're going to protect the other squishy unit, leaving the only 2 units available, the tanky ones. And what that makes is it makes the AI attack the people that don't have invincibility on, right? And that pretty much makes it really good. We stunned 2 people. Let's see if we can get another stun. No stun here, but it's fine. The RB might kill my Moonlight Bazaar, but it's fine. Chaos. He didn't. Okay, this is a low damage one, huh? Okay, let's heal up a bit. Hopefully we stun her. Nope, but she's gonna die. I'm gonna try to trigger the thingy on RB, I think, because he still has a bunch of shields and stuff. Alright, so here we go. I'm gonna try to not spam click, because maybe I'm spam clicking and I'm clicking the wrong target. I'm gonna click one time and then another time with S1. I'm gonna go on RB. Nope. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. If it's working for you guys, leave a comment down below telling me if there's any sort of trick that actually works consistently. Because right now for me, this is not even working once. Yesterday it was working fine. Today not even once. So it's tough to take conclusions out of this, guys. The point that I wanted to do in this video was this, right? Because I checked this out, someone told me this, and I was like, okay. Because, like, if this is an actual mechanic, it's overpowered. Because Blingo is such a strong unit, if you get to choose the person you go on to on the S2, that would be really, really, really strong. And this guy is proccing like no tomorrow, right? But we still have defense buff, so we're fine. But yeah, guys. Now I'm conflicted because now even if it works one time, it's just out of luck because it's not really working out. So just take what I said into consideration. If you have Blingo, test it out for yourself. And if you guys figure out something that I don't know, let me know. But just I'm letting you know that yesterday I've tested it 20 times. That was my sample size. 20 times, 17 out of those 20 times it worked. 3 times it did what it's doing right now. So maybe I just stopped spamming enough and forgot how to do it, or it's just a tricky thing. But yeah, guys, let's go back into Blingo stats, and I'll explain something else. Because I still haven't spoken about the other what is it? The other build some people make. All right, some other people like to build Blingo as a healer. So they want to build him fast. They want to build him tanky. I would really, really, really not advise this. As I said earlier, his base health and defensive stats are not really good. So you either build him like this to deal damage and to heal, or you're gonna underperform. And this is why you don't see a lot of the Blingos out there. Like this is why you need to preach, because as you can see here, look, these are one of the lowest base stats ever. His speed is okay. It's not the lowest in the world, but not fast either. His defense is okay as well. But health 4,000, attack really low. And this is what makes this character tough to build, but honestly, he's really worth it. Some people use Blingo as a supporter for Ludwig, because if you check out Ludwig, mage, where's Ludwig? Where's my Ludwig? Okay, here it is. If you see here, he penetrates defense, additional 30% from his he got buffed, right? He penetrates 50% defense when he has invincibility on. And he benefits as well from the attack buff. So this is why people use Blingo. They put invincibility onto Ludwig, and he gets to S3 right away, instead of having to use S2, get invincibility for himself, and then, calling it a day. So guys, if I missed something, let me know in the comments. Subscribe, please, because I want to be famous and all. Because I want to be famous, and please subscribe. If you subscribe, you make me famous, and subscribing makes me really famous. And you're making me famous, so you're famous too. Alright, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the Blingo review / guide. If you want me to make more guide videos, leave them down below in the comments. And if you feel like I did a crappy job, It's very possible, but just let me know where you'd want me to do this best. If you want me to do a bit more scripted talk, because that could probably be better in a guide, right? So hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Bye.